these harmful practices that we are talking about are child marriages, teenage pregnancies, FGM. And we cannot end this alone as an organization. It needs a collective effort from different stakeholders, the cultural leaders, the religious leaders, the young people, the district stakeholders. That is why we are here. And the main objective of our meeting is mainly to establish a comprehensive and survivor-centered response system that ensures accessible, coordinated, and high-quality sexual and reproductive health and rights. This project is being implemented in 5 sub-counties in Nakapiripirit district. That is in Loreng, Nakapiripirit Town Council, Tokora, Morita, and Lemosui. That is why some counties are not represented during this meeting. And this meeting is under the mandate of the District Community Development Department to convene the meeting. Not all sub-counties. And it is building up structures that can handle gender-based violence. So, as she has told us that their role as Action Aid is to support and facilitate the process. The rest of the things is us at our respective places that we have to implement what we take off from there and do the right thing concerning gender-based violence in our society, so that in future, you know now, as an example, you may say that I'm able to control and support my family very well. I maintain respect, discipline in my family. But at the end of the day, you never know that your child that you are instilling discipline may marry next time. That child whom you didn't give information, whom you didn't share ideas on responsiveness of what? Parenting, building up correlations between the community. So at the end of the day, you will lose. Having trained your child to be a good child, but you find that at the end of the day, that child marries that family whom you didn't support. So that's why it is good when we come into these meetings, we pass the information to the rest. At least once you tell 5 people, next time you tell the rest. You even educate your community, I mean your relatives, your friends, so that we have a community that is free from GBV. So that's why we need to share information with our community members. Once you get information from here, don't go and sit with it. At least pass the information, advise our people to reduce GBV, so that we can live in a free and fair environment, free from gender-based violence. Thank you. So, I want one person to read each and every, I think this demeanor, days has gone now, because here is review of previous minutes, and we are having only action, commitments that we agreed in the previous meeting.
To address urgent needs and upload survivor dignity. This goes to all GBV actors operating in Nakapiripirit.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Bessie Ajino. I'm the resident district commissioner in Nakapiripirit. I want, in a very, very special way, to thank you, Kao, for inviting me in this meeting. And I also want to thank you, Action Aid, for preferring a section of leaders to participate in this very, very sensitive program that is leading us to look into issues of gender-based violence. And I'm happy that you've kept on following this activity, and you have got everybody that is invited here involved. I'm happy that when we're speaking about gender-based violence,
police is here. And I wanted to understand, before I could proceed, the gender, the GBV cases that we have registered, and which ones are common, before even I can give a speech. Because I also register some of them in my office. As a security head, we normally bring some of these issues. We could first of all look at, by ranking, which are these key gender-sensitive issues that we have experienced at community level. And that's when this meeting will be very meaningful. If we said maybe it is what? Which are these harmful practices that you experience at community level? Let me pick one. But you are of participants.
Child marriage.
Child marriage.
You put the early marriages. 2.
FGM.
Wait, let her capture. Those are 2 different things, I think. Child labor and child neglect. Of course, when you neglect a child and doesn't go, you'll be forced to go for labor. Yes? Child trafficking. Please put it there. Yes. Yes.
Domestic violence.
Domestic violence, generally. Generally. Yes.
Fighting also.
Domestic. That is still under domestic. Those are the sub. Now, ladies and gentlemen, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All these practices are experienced in Nakapiripirit without what? A lie chemicals. Yes, there's one which might be healthy, I think. This one made of cassava, then you put sorghum, then you distill, and then you consume. That one might not be as dangerous as the other one where chemicals are put that include the molar. Then you put another white thing which you don't know even what. And then at the end, my Karamojong people will either become Muslim or look very. Now the man is walking, the chicks are very happy. Now for you think they are building the body, why? You are slowly and gradually dying. Ask them, why are you people here? I have not seen a school here. But yes, we have seen madam. Now why are you not going to school? But if you go to school, will you marry? They will say will not give you as animals. And they were laughing. So I asked one boy to translate for me. So that's what the young boys were saying, of about 12, 15, 9. So at that time,
Wait,
we were doing Kobeyo.
That's
Lawrence. Yes. I think that was the last village event I saw. So really, we need to spend time. We need to go there. And today I'm getting from a second person this concern. So it is not reported, but there was going to be an action. And it will be there if it continues. I don't want even to alert anybody.
I was suggesting, Madam, is it possible to ask Action Aid if we can have kind of a barasa in that community,
okay.
and then they organize all those leaders?
And maybe the child tries to escape. She can be called before reaching the police. So that is why that idea of the police post has to implement. Because there are some girls that try to escape.
Can you, is there any house, a strong house around that place? No.
Those Ivory men who are the perpetrators, who were even brought up to the district. Partners came in, supported, and they were actually taken to prison. Not even a month. These very Ivory men saw the the other animals and they came out. When they went to the community, they went and started warning those people who reported to them, including the civil servants who are our foot soldiers. That is the CDO and the parish chief, including the community members, and said, should I hear? Now for me, I've come out. For you those I will go and leave my family where? And in fact, the girl was rescued by UNICEF, and the girl went and paid more animals to their family and they married the girl. As we speak, they are staying together. And now when the police is telling us that they need more evidence, I don't know which sort of evidence. I can give an example of them, see where I work. There was also a perpetrator who was brought up to the district, was taken out of prison. The guy paid animals and came back. When he came, he started looking for some of us. That I want to see those ones who reported me. And he's still there. And now, what they are doing now, when they go to police, they even don't inform our officers. They say, you know, when the uniform CDO is going to call UNICEF, is going to call Save the Children, and you people are going to lose out. What happens? They tell them, go and talk from us. This is a family issue. Go and bargain. They bargain after agreeing, they go and finish their business. Now, how do we go on to handle this issue? So the issue is around bribery, which police is not coming up with today. Because now, even if we take a police station, for example, there are a couple of ASTU, which ASTU are still members and friends of those perpetrators. They drink, when they are bargaining, they are drinking together. They say, they are my brother. These are facts. These are facts. Sometimes we will make a very good action point here about the applicability. It's almost 10%. Which tomorrow we may come to another nation meeting, we talk with them. We come, we talk with them. So to me, if these things are supposed to move forward, the local leaders are trying that as much as others are shying away. At least if those ones who are reported and they are apprehended, why don't we deny these people what we call police, court bail? I know human rights also comes in. Sister was talking of the people who are testifying being threatened. Also, those ones who are reporting from the ground, the same. Imagine somebody come now after paying his millions and say, now you talk, can you can report again? What do? You think you are right fast.
So what should we do?
That's why I'm also bringing the ball to the room. Because we are like we're beating around the bush.
This is my first time to attend, I think, this meeting. And it's coming to me for the first time.
Yeah.
And that's why I became patient to first wait and listen what happens.
And the last one, Madam Maradisi, there are also scenarios where when you take maybe a complainant has gone to police, the CDO has been informed, and this person is supposed to be rescued to be brought maybe to the district. Police tells you, can you put the fuel in the picky? There was time I had to use my picky here to go and pick a survivor from Lemusi.
Okay, good afternoon. I'm Sister Molly Putan. I'm Assistant DHO Maternal and Child Health. However, I'm grateful to be part of the meeting of stopping harmful practices in the district. Harmful practices in our districts are causing a lot, especially to our young children or our young girls, especially FGM. I'm talking in terms of FGM and early marriages. You get that Nakapiripirit has about 9 sub-counties, and in these 9 sub-counties, we have about 2 sub-counties where there is a high teenage pregnancy, that is child marriage. That is in Morita, Lemsui, and Loreng. And you get that in Lemsui and Morita. These are the areas where FGM takes place, where girls are mutilated. And these girls, the district has done a lot. The community development office has done a lot to stop this act, because this is a barbarian act that the community people are still doing. That is mutilating girls. And imagine a young girl is mutilated at the age of 13, 12 years, and this is a girl after mutilation. It's like an initiation. the girl is ready for marriage. The girl is given to any man, either an old man or a young man, but this girl marries so early. And yet, girls are supposed to at least marry when they are from 20 years and above. You imagine this girl, even the pelvic is still immature. In case if she becomes pregnant, this girl cannot manage to deliver. And even if the worst comes to the worst, when this girl becomes pregnant, this mutilated girl whom they have done FGM, when this girl becomes pregnant, the challenges the girl will go through. Imagine this is a girl who is having already stigma in the community. She fears to come to the health facility where she can be helped, though the health workers go to the community and health educate them and inform them to come out and come to the facility such that they are helped. And I can talk of a scenario of a girl of 14 years from Lemsi who was mutilated. The girl became pregnant, and the girl was now to deliver. So the girl feared to come to the facility. The girl meandered from the TBS, those are traditional birth attendants. The girl was cut, the girl was bleeding, and of course, because of the fear of blood, they brought the girl to the clinic near Lemsui. So even the clinic people seeing that the girl was bleeding and the whole place was rugged, so they had to refer the girl to the health facility. As the girl went to the health facility, as the girl was taken to the health facility, still the girl was already bleeding. The girl was already anemic, which means she lost blood. And the health workers could not do much. This girl was already anemic. And the girl died, lost her life. Even the baby died. You can imagine losing two people. This is what our communities don't see. And of course, it is not only FGM, but also early marriages. These girls, when they marry, when they are still young, and their pelvises are immature, you get that this girl is not able to deliver. She ends up with what they call obstructed labor. And when she ends up with obstructed labor, this one affects this girl. As the head of the baby remains there because the pelvis is narrow, or the baby is too big because she's young, you get that the head of the baby remains there in the pelvis. And you know the uterus is almost a neighbor of the bladder. So this girl ends up getting complications like a vescovaginal fistula, that is the bladder gets either a tear or a crack, and this girl starts leaking urine. And at the end, she becomes intimidated because she's always smelling, because she's leaking urine. Sometimes they commit suicide, or others even will be left by these men. They are just left like that. And of course, those are not the only things. Even in Morita, we have hot spots where people go for gold mining. There is a place called Utut and there is a place called Moruakmat. Most parents go there because of looking for food. They go there to the gold mine and they are followed by young girls and young boys. So at the end, these girls are harassed from there. And from there is a category of many people. It's a combination of many people. Some are positive, some are negative. These girls are harassed, these girls are raped from there. And at the end, most of them even become positive because they are with the people whom they don't know the character, they don't know the status. Some of them are from outside Karamoja. These girls are raped because of getting money, because now they see those men have a lot of money. They end up just exposing themselves because of 50,000, because of 20,000, they are infected. And of course, the parents sometimes are poor. They end up selling their girls to the men who have money and have even HIV. So that is the challenge that we have here. And as a community of Nakapiripirit, we are advocating for the youth to embrace the youth-friendly services in the community, in the health facilities, because when they go there, they learn a lot. They learn that they are supposed to be at school. They are supposed to remain at school. Even those ones who are at home, who are not in school, learn that they are supposed to stay at least when they are 20 years and above and they marry. And then, of course, we encourage as health workers, as we go to the community to do outreaches, immunization, we encourage these girls to remain at home, those ones who are not at school, to remain at home and grow and at least get married when they are above 20 years than getting married when you are still 14, 15 years. And then of course also how do I say, and then of course as health workers, we have to sensitize the communities. Sensitize the communities and health educate the communities on this rampant gender-based violence issue. Many parents leave their children or leave their wives alone. They go in search for other women. And you know, polygamy is like almost the order of the day in Karamoja. And now even man has 3 women. She is not even employed. So the children are the ones who suffer. The children don't go to school. They end up, those ones who are at school, they end up dropping from school or they end up marrying. I cannot tell you the number, but as a region, Nakapiripirit is the 3rd in teenage pregnancy in the region. Amudat is the 1st, then Abim, that is from the 9 districts of Karamoja, which means we are doing badly if we are the 3rd in the region.
I'm Abaka Florence, the CDO, Lawrence Sub-County, Nakapiripirit District Local Government. In Lawrence, the GBV issues that is commonly in Lawrence is early marriages that has affected the whole sub-county. We have tried hard to see that we do sensitization meetings where we involve many partners, action aid, to ensure that GBV cases are reduced in the sub-county. We have also done outreaches with health facilities to ensure that these girls are reached and they are advised on the dangers of early marriage in the sub-county. We have so far even involved the religious leaders, the cultural leaders in all capacity to ensure that we pass the message that is affecting the sub-county. We have also done a lot in our sub-county to ensure that we involve even our political leaders to reach out this message about the issue of early marriage, because now there are people who marry even a child of 15 years with cows paid fully, and this has affected our girls. Even when they go delivery, they deliver in a difficult way. They lose their lives. You'll find they take them for Caesar and they operate. They sometimes even have a risk of losing their life, which is so bad in our communities. We have done our consultation meetings, inception meetings to ensure that we involve all partners to work hard to ensure that this child marriage is reduced in our sub-county. Okay, cases that we have registered. We registered in the first quarter like 5 cases that happened last quarter, whereby most girls were married at early age. We find that these girls were rescued and some of them were taken back to school. And now these girls are free. We have reached communities to sensitize them. And that's how we have managed this issue. And we are still moving forward to ensure that the community is free from early marriage.
Hello, good evening. I'm Moria Manuel, the Councillor, Lawrence Sub-County. And one of the major challenges, as they said in the all, facing people of Lawrence and mostly the youth and young girls, is early child marriages. And me as a youth councillor, the things I've always tried is talking to the elders, because since as the youth, we can listen more to the elders than our age mates. So I always talk to the elders when I get time with them, and I tell them about these challenges and how they shall approach, these people, like these criminals that do these activities. Like example, there are a lot of men with cows, and this has given them an advantage, because fine, man comes because, oh, I admire the girl, but the girl is still young and gets worried thinking that maybe someone else will come, and they convince the parents to give them his girl at an early age. So, but I've always been talking to these elders to always talk to these people that these things of early child marriages are not right. And one of the action points there was still on that issue. That is the points I raised about early child marriages. And so as the youth, me, I'm going to work even with the district youth councillor. We want always to be convening meetings for the barasas with the youth. We talk to them about these dangers of the early child marriages. Because now, in the early units there, they have always registered a lot of cases of girls failing to give birth, and this is because of the early child marriages. So we always want to have these meetings and with the youth, and we want to spearhead at least in every month. We talk to them about.
Actually, I'm Lokomom Loli Samson is my name. I'm from Morita sub-county. I am the LC3 chairperson. And concerning today's meeting, coordination meeting that we had here in the community-based office, we've come with we identified our, we are able to identify the problems that are gotten in my community, in our sub-county, and that brings us to what we are going to do in the sub-county. And then also, now some of the gender-based violence issues that we came across is that we have a lot of alcoholism, we have children, early marriages, we have children dropping out of school, and many more. To touch on the resolution that we came up, as for me, in the sub-county, I have identified ways of which I'm going to mitigate them. One is that for the case of schools, we will be working together with the local leaders, starting from LC1 up to councillors, to support in mobilizing the children go back to school campaigns. Then secondly, we have a lot of mining in our area that has caused a lot of there is the living standard of people is not put right, whereby we have come up with the, the program through the RDC's office and the district, that we are going to make sure that no children are allowed to go for mining. Secondly, mobilize and train parents on how to live in a healthy life, and that one is help from the DHO's office, whereby they have accepted to go and train the community health workers. I mean, those are VATs on how to live, make sure that people are healthy and have latrines, all the wash programs to be implemented in a place called Wutut, where the mining. Actually, some of the effects that mining is causing to our community is that young children are many. They are all running for mining, because mining, it has money, where children, they just go on the mining area and they are able to get money at the end of the day. And this one discourage education, of which we are doing it to, we are working together with the health facility. We are working with the LCs. We are with councillors also, and all the elders in the area. Make sure that these children don't participate in mining, and instead they go to school by all means. And because this, the young children are the future of our sub-county and the nation as general. So we are going to sit on that, and we have come with ways of which we are going to make sure that.
My name is Ilukoli Jobs. I'm a principal assistant chief administrative officer. In today's coordination meeting on gender-based violence, we did come out with the issues that arise out of gender-based violence, and among the many, domestic violence came out as the most prominent one. However, one of the issues that we are advocating for as a district is the issue of survivors. How do we take care of survivors in an event that we have such cases here in Nakapiripirit? So one of the challenges that we have faced as a district, much as we appreciate that there is a shelter in Amurata district, is the cost of taking these survivors to that center of Amurata. And at the same time, bringing them back when we need to reintegrate them with the members of the community. Of course, during that process of counseling, this survivor needs also to be in touch with the members of their family. Now, in a situation where we take this survivor far away, the survivor again gets a bit traumatized because he or she is not within the reach of the members of the family. So that is an area of an advocacy which we think government and our partners should really assist us to ensure that we have an alternative center here in Nakapiripirit. This engagement was one hotspot area in our district where we have often observed that there are elements of early marriages, the child marriages, in one of the sub-counties called the Lawrence sub-county. So we are saying to ensure that we enforce, there is enforcing of some of these, or even to make it sure that cases are effectively maybe detected or even those ones are apprehended. We needed a police station in Lorraine, so that whenever maybe an issue is reported, it can easily be addressed from within, because the nearest police post is like 80 kilometers away. And in the process of even somebody trying to run from being married or forced to marry, I think these people will have to catch that person before reaching even to the police station. So that is why we are advocating for a police post. And this one clearly, even if you got from the information from our partner, Action Aid, when they went there for the sensitization meeting or engaging those communities on those issues, they found out clearly that this issue of early marriages is really prominent in that community. And why we needed really a police station is we have discovered that it is the leaders, especially some of the elected leaders, are even the ones who are encouraging, to the extent of even picking the girls who have reached primary 7 from school to marry because of those cows. So it is not really policing on our side to see a girl who was even sponsored under Street Talk being taken for marriage. Now that the rest of our colleagues have reached to say, now we have here in Nakapiripirit, we have some mining sites. And in these mining sites, we have been trying to ensure that child labor or children being in the mines is not something that should be seen. But however, we have had challenges, either because of issues of gender-based violence or domestic violence, like issues of neglect of children in families, whereby these children find themselves in the mines as a way of survival. Then in certain families, because of issues of alcoholism, where parents engage themselves in a lot of drinking and leave children go to the mines in search of survival to find something that they can fend on. But there have been initiatives by partners, like for example, accepting that we bring these children from the mines to school. And one of the initiatives that they supported was they helped us in establishing a primary school in Acherere sub-county. They built for us some classrooms and sanitary facilities. So in a way of ensuring that we have these children in school while their parents go to the mining areas. But even then, it is still challenging because at times, especially during holidays, you find that again these children have been taken by parents too. But we continue monitoring the situation and sensitizing them the dangers of child labor.
My name is Daisy Awilomech. I work for Action Aid International Uganda under the EU-funded project. This project is being implemented in Amudat and Nakapiripirit district. In Nakapiripirit, we are in 5 sub-counties. That is Loreng, Tokora, Nakapiripirit Town Council, Lemuswi, Loreng, and Morita. Together with the district local government of Nakapiripirit, we always hold a GBV coordination meeting every quarter, and today we were here at the district having a GBV coordination meeting. The main objective of this meeting is to strengthen GBV prevention and response services within the district. And the meeting brought together different stakeholders, the cultural leaders, religious leaders, youth representative, heads of department from health, education, production, and also civil society organizations that are implementing GBV activities in Nakapiripirit district. And during this meeting, we came up with several action points or commitment geared towards ending harmful practices in Nakapiripirit district, and one of the main action points is to advocate for a police post in one of the sub-county, that is Lorraine, where there is high prevalence of child marriages. And also another action point was to advocate for a GBV shelter to be constructed in Nakapiripirit district. Looking at the high prevalence of GBV cases in Nakapiripirit, FGM is still rampant in 2 main sub-counties in Nakapiripirit, that is in Lemosui and Morita sub-county. Thank you.